The rich girlfriend deliberately pretended to be poor to be with you. Her purpose was to test if you were after her money. And her final test was to directly spend the 100,000 yuan you painstakingly saved. That was the life-saving money for your grandma's surgery. Shi Hao, truly looking at Gu Shihan in front of him, still spoke. But Shihan, I am your fiancé. We are the ones who are going to get married. Gu Shihan suddenly seemed provoked after getting out of the car. She turned around and glared at Shi Hao with bloodshot eyes. I will never marry you. Shi Hao was scared by Gu Shihan's current state. He quickly stepped forward and hugged Gu Shihan. Meanwhile, back at the airport, you took your old phone, including the SIM card inside, and threw them into the airport trash can together. Then, without looking back, you took Grandma's ashes, and boarded the flight to the capital city with your new family. This was your first time flying, and everything felt new and surprising. You could only sit obediently in your seat. Travel for wealthy families must be first class. Your 20 years of frugal living made you subconsciously a little reserved. Your sister, who was paying attention to you, noticed you were a little reserved, and immediately realized you might be unaccustomed, so she sat down next to you. Xiao Quan, are you not used to this? You didn't expect this sister you just met would notice something was off with you. You hesitated for a moment, then nodded, awkwardly scratching your head. I'm indeed a little unaccustomed. Am I embarrassing you guys a bit? Yunqi smiled gently, holding your hand tightly with one hand, looking at you gently. Don't feel embarrassed. My Xiao Quan is great. You're just not used to it yet. Take it slowly. You'll get used to it eventually. Big sister will teach you. You looked at the gentle Yunqi. Your hat felt warm. So this is what it feels like to have a big sister. It's really nice, big sister. You are really good. Hearing you call her big sister, Yunqi's heart was filled with mixed emotions. So this is what it feels like to have a younger brother. Huaqing is a bit far from the capital. It takes several hours by plane to get there. Thinking about how far they came to find you, you quietly kept that feeling of gratitude in your heart. Several hours later, you successfully arrived in the capital city. A middle-aged man who looked like a butler, seeing you, immediately came forward with a smile. Sir, madam. Young master, young lady, second young master. You were called second young master for the first time. It felt quite new, but you still politely smiled at the butler. Hello. The butler was stunned for a moment. Clearly, he didn't expect the found second young master to be such a clever and intelligent person. Sir, madam, young master, young lady, please get in the car. Father Yun nodded. He glanced at you and Xiaoxi. You two get in the car first. Finally, you and Xiaoxi got into the same car. Your parents exchanged a look and followed suit. Xiaoxi sat across from you. You smiled at her and said, Sister Xiaoxi, thank you. This thank you contained many things. Thank you for helping Grandma, and thank you for helping you find your family. You looked at Xiaoxi. Her face was still that cold and dignified face, yet you actually saw a hint of tenderness in the way she looked at you. You're welcome, it's what I should do. You felt your heart beat a little faster. Then you lowered your head, a little embarrassed, not daring to look at Xiaoxi. Your parents, seeing this, exchanged glances. As a couple of many years, they understood the meaning in each other's eyes. They smiled at each other, and the way they looked at you and Xiaoxi became even more gentle and loving. After driving for who knows how long, the surroundings outside the car gradually became remote. Busy streets were replaced by forests. You turned your head towards Xiaoxi in confusion. From here on, it's all your family's property. Your mouth dropped open in surprise. This is just the tip of the iceberg. You'll know later. The car drove for another half an hour. In the distance, you saw a tall iron gate. As the car approached, the iron gate slowly opened. You looked at the neatly trimmed trees along the road. They looked very beautiful. Xiaoxi saw you were interested, so she started telling you the origins of those trees. Seeing your confused look, she smiled. It's okay. You don't need to understand these tree varieties too much. Just know that they are very expensive, right? Laughter rang out in the car. You turned your head blankly, and saw smiles on all their faces. You looked away, a little embarrassed. Soon the car reached two large mansions. You got out and looked at the exquisite buildings in front of you. You were completely bewildered. Mother Yun took your hand and smiled gently. Xiao Quan, this is your room. This house on the left is Xiaoxi's family's old mansion. This house on the right is our family's old mansion. You looked at the two almost identical houses, awkwardly thought that the two families were indeed close friends. Not only did they live close by, even their old mansions looked exactly the same. Suddenly, several people ran out from the house on the left. Leading them was a gentle and dignified elder. She held a cane and rushed towards you excitedly. Behind her were a middle-aged couple and several servants.
Mom, slow down, run slower. Hurry up, all of you.
If we're any later, I won't see my grandson-in-law. You will be bewildered. Who is the grandson-in-law? Is it Yun Hao? Your gaze fell on Xiaoxi and Yun Hao standing beside you. They stood together and indeed looked quite compatible. Noticing your gaze, Yun Hao immediately walked several steps to the side, creating distance between himself and Xiaoxi, and even gave you a mischievous smile. Just as you were wondering, you saw Grandma Yen rush directly in front of you, and looked at you from head to toe. Then she took your hand and praised you heartily.
Not bad, not bad.
My grandson-in-law is really handsome. Your head was full of question marks. It turns out the grandson-in-law the elder was talking about was actually yourself.
Grandma, hello.
Thinking she was an elder, it was definitely right to greet her proactively, but you didn't expect that as soon as the word grandma left your mouth, Grandma Yan's eyes instantly lit up like she was showing off. She said to everyone, "Did you hear that? My grandson-in-law called me grandma." Hearing Grandma Yan's words,
you shook your head helplessly.
You were completely confused by this sudden turn of events.
What is happening now?
Do I really have an arranged marriage? Grandma Yen was about to say something else. Suddenly, Xiaoxi slowly spoke. Grandma.
Xiao can juste go back.
Don't scare him. Seeing her granddaughter speak up, Grandma Yen looked at her granddaughter, then at her grandson-in-law.
Okay, I'll listen to you.
Xiaoxi turned to Father and Mother Quan and said, Uncle, Auntie. I'll take Grandma and my parents back first. Okay. You've worked hard these past 2 days. Go back and rest quickly. We'll eat together again in a couple of days. Okay, definitely. After saying that, Xiaoxi turned and supported Grandma Yan's hand, and left with the Yen couple.
Mother Yun held your hand,
and walked towards the other house. From a distance, you saw 2 rows of people standing at the main entrance. As soon as your group approached, the 2 rows of people uniformly said, "Welcome home, young master." You were startled by the scale of the welcome. After recovering, you felt a little emotional inside. It wasn't until this moment that you finally felt a sense of truly returning home.